Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share how I do my everyday natural makeup look. It's super simple and easy to get started, so let's get into it. First, I start with the Glossier Priming Moisture Balance Gel Cream. I have combination skin, so I really like this one to help control the oils in especially my T-zone throughout the day. Just take my finger, do a couple of dabs, make sure you're being really gentle with this because we don't want to tug on our skin, we don't want those wrinkles. Rubbing that in, forming a nice protective priming layer. Next, I'm doing sunscreen using the Cammake Mermaid Gel Cream. It's also a primer, so I really like this one because it sits really nicely under my foundation without having to do a separate layer on top of that. I like to use the two finger rules where you draw two lines of sunscreen along your fingers. That's how much sunscreen you should be using every day to make sure you have enough protection from the sun throughout the day. Pat, 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 just making sure that's going in. Next, I'm going in with the Baobab eye serum from Audacité. I really like this brand because they're all organic and all natural, so I find it absorbs really well into the skin. Next, we're going in with foundation from Haus Labs. This is Lady Gaga's brand, and I'm really loving the consistency and texture, so I just do 2 pumps on my hand. You'll notice I'm pretty pale right now because it's in the dead of winter and there is absolutely no sun, so I'm using a lighter shade. This is shade 175. I'll look kind of yellow for the first part, but don't you worry. Once we blend it all in, add our powder and contour later on, we'll look a lot more natural. So I wanted to do a get ready with me video because these always look so fun when I watch other people's. I love watching the transformation, and I don't know, I learn a lot of different techniques and hear about new products that I want to try as well. So yeah. Next, let's go in with concealer. I'm using the Dior Backstage concealer. I like to do just a couple of dots along my under eye. That way it's easier to blend. But I noticed this concealer actually has really good spreadability, which means that it'll travel with your brush a lot more than some other concealers. And going in with a slightly smaller blending brush, I'm just blending that all out. And make sure you're not getting too close to your eyes and you're not irritating your eyeballs. Um, yeah. And sometimes I accidentally forget to blend out this top part, so make sure you don't do that. Next up, just setting everything with the Laura Mercier setting powder. I turn it upside down and I just knock it a couple of times to get the powder, and just dab it with my giant brush. Close my eyes because I don't want any of the powder getting into my eyes. I actually also hold my breath too because I feel like it's kind of close to my nose and I don't want to be breathing in any of that powder. So close your eyes, hold your breath for this step. And I go in next to fill in my brows. Recently, I'm loving this brow gel. It's just makes the process a lot quicker and easier. You don't have to be as precise and it looks more natural. The one thing you want to be careful though is not to press down. You just want to glide over your brows. This one is a Korean brand. It's actually very pigmented, so I learned that the hard way. The first couple of times I used it, I looked so funny because my brows were like, you can see them from outer space, I felt like. But yeah, that's just filling in the brows. Next, I'll go in with a brown eyeliner and just gently draw a couple of lines. That way it looks like, your own brow hairs, making it look fuller and just more natural as well. And just remember, your brows don't have to be twins. They are sisters. My best friend told me that, so now I just live by that. Okay, next up, we're using the Tom Ford eyeshadow pot. I think this is, I'll find out what this is called for you guys, but I absolutely love it. I really don't like using a eyeshadow brush because I never really got it right and it takes really long to blend and learn. So I just use this. I grab a bunch with my fingers and then I dab it onto my eyes and then you just blend it out. It gives you the most natural finish ever and it looks like you spent 10 minutes blending it, even though it was just like a minute with your fingers. So going in with a little bit more, starting from the bottom and then working your way up. That way it looks the most natural. It has a slight shimmer in it, but for the most part, you can build this up to be a lot darker. Since this is an everyday look, I just go pretty natural with it. Next, let's contour our face with the NARS contour powder. I take a little brush, dab it, but also shake off a lot of it because you don't want a lot of product on there to form harsh lines. And I like to do a figure 3 on my face, or it's like a E almost. So you start from your forehead, you work your way down your cheekbones, and then go back and then get your jawline. That follows the natural contours of your face to just accentuate those features and make you look more snatched. I'll also take a smaller contour brush and just roll it on top of the contour powder to grab some product and contour the sides of my nose. For this step, you don't want to bring it all the way down. You want to leave a gap between the sides and the bottom. That way it looks more natural. And then draw little X's at the tip of your nose. I also like to contour the side of my nose a little bit. Next, I'll go in with the Kosas blush. It's a cream formula, so it takes a little bit more to grab the product, but I find it looks really natural and just easy. I've been loving the placement of like directly under your eyes and not bringing it too low or too much to the side. It just gives you a really soft and cute look. I also use the Burberry eyeliner pencil to draw in my lash line. You can kind of skip this step, but I was feeling extra. And you don't have to worry about the wing liner. I find for everyday look, it's too much stress to want to create a perfect wing. So what I do is just line the bottom of my lash line. That way it makes your eyes look brighter and it makes them pop without having to do all the precise steps with a wing liner. Next, I'll use these lash clusters, but also power up first because, doing your makeup is kind of a workout. So I grab each cluster and I place them directly underneath my lashes. What's cool about these things is that they come with a tiny glue strip at the bottom of the lash. So you don't need to worry about using any sort of glue. You just take them out of the box and then you can place them directly onto your lashes and they stick themselves. Just the difference that it makes having lashes on, I love it. I feel so awake. And I used to use Lashify all the time, but because it's a whole system and you have to buy the glue, you have to buy the bond, you have to buy the remover, I don't know, it was just getting too much. And then I got an ad for this on Instagram the other day called like Pop On Lashes. So I decided to do some research and then I bought a bunch and it's been working so well. I love it because I wear these for the day and I take them off at night. So it's just a nice like daily wear situation. So yeah, I really have been enjoying this. Plus you can find this for so cheap. So get on it. That's lashes done. I'm pretty much done with my routine. Just going in with some finishing touches. Look how natural they look. And that's eyes done. And then I like to go in with this Caudalie spray. It's basically just water and grape water, so I like that it's really natural. So almost done. Oh, and realizing that I forgot to moisturize my lips and it's super duper dry, so using this Burt's Bees chapstick. It's such a great everyday drugstore product. And I'll go in with a little bit of perfume just to feel put together. Just a tiny little spray goes a long way. So yeah, there you go. I am keeping my hair straight today. It's all set. But yeah, that's what I do for an everyday natural makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video where I share how I get ready for the day. This was really fun to film, and let me know if you want to see more beauty content. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.